Okay, welcome back for another episode of the Park City Real Estate Podcast. I'm honored to be joined by Cabot Woolley, a Park City local. I'd call you Instagram famous.
Oh, I don't know about that, but
An
it's nice to be
Instagram
here.
celebrity. And so I appreciate you making the time to come out here for the
sure.
episode. I'm
Yeah, thanks
really
for
looking
inviting me.
forward to this. This is actually our first time meeting in person.
It is.
You've got, what, 10,000 plus followers on Instagram?
I think I'm approaching like 14,000. So yeah.
14,000 followers on Instagram. I imagine you get messages all the time about Park City.
I do. Lots of messages coming in. People asking everything from where's the best place to live to where should we be staying to what's the best place for dessert last night.
What'd you recommend?
For
dessert?
I love Hearth and Hill for dessert. They have a really great pastry chef in-house, and a restaurant that size to have their own full-time pastry chef is pretty special, and she's pretty amazing.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a chef devoted specifically for dessert in
That's right.
One of our small businesses at Hearth and Hill.
Yeah,
so.
you can't go wrong. Order one of everything.
One of everything. Sounds like a plan. And do they change it up often too? Like, do they change up their menu?
They do. They change it up, but there's some just consistent things that I think there would be revolt in the streets if they took it off the menu.
Right.
The sticky bread pudding, or the sticky toffee pudding, I should say, is one that has been there since they opened, and I think will be there forever.
It's going to be a staple, yeah. Awesome, good to know. Well, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you in. I mean, if I'm like, even as a local real estate agent myself, I think you've just been here so much longer than me, and so you really have the details on all things Park City, in my opinion. But and so we connected on Instagram. I think you're very supportive with people's Instagram. You're always responding. You've got 14,000 followers. You're always getting people to I guess inquire about different things. But tell us a little bit about how that Instagram page started and the backstory.
Yeah,
there.
so Instagram for me was a total black box. I personally hated social media and was not interested in participating in it at all.
Well, for good reason, right?
Yeah, it just wasn't interesting to me.
Yeah.
And but with my full-time job, one of the roles that I had was to launch a number of Instagram and other social media channels for brands that I was working on, and we were hiring people to manage that social media for these brands, and I had no idea what they were doing. And I didn't know if they were doing a good job. I truly didn't. I'd never even looked at Instagram before, right?
Wow.
And so hiring these people, and I figured, I need to at least understand the basics so that I can ask, like, not stupid questions, because I didn't even know what to ask. And so I just started going around town. I didn't want it to be about me. I just started going around town and taking pictures of Park City. It's a pretty photogenic place, and took a bunch of those pictures and started posting them up. And I remember the first time I posted something up and someone liked it, and I was like, this is really strange that this person that I've never met all of a sudden likes this image that I put up. And it kind of went from there. And so I just continued to put up pictures of things that I thought were cool. And as I got 10 people, and then 100 people, and then 500 people kind of engaging with me on that, asking questions about this and that, I realized that, hey, there's a real opportunity to have kind of an independent voice in terms of sharing what I love most about Park City. And so that's kind of how it started.
Wow, what an incredible story. So how long ago was that? How long have you had the Instagram page?
Not quite 3 years, maybe.
Oh, really? That recently? Yeah. I was thinking.
Well, I don't know. It seems like forever. But
yeah, I guess so. Well, that's about the time that we connected. Was about 3 years ago.
Probably pretty early on. Yeah. Thank you for staying engaged with me.
Yeah, one of the initial followers, I guess. Huh? Well, awesome. So now you've got this robust Instagram page. You like to highlight these small businesses and stuff. So I guess tell us a little bit more about if maybe a small business wants to be featured on your page, do you take and maybe this isn't a fair question,
Yeah,
but
no, sure.
do you do like paid promotion, or is it mostly just, hey, this is a great thing about our community, here it is, let's
Yeah, so I think that's really important because the authenticity to me is what makes the page unique, right? So I've never been paid for anything that I've posted about. At the same time, I've been asked by a number of businesses in town to post about them, and I really only post about the things that I believe are the best. And so I've had to respectfully decline some of those requests because anything that I post about, that I talk about, I want people to go and know that they're going to have the very best experience by doing that same thing that I do. Now, there's some, let's give it restaurants in town that maybe I haven't liked most of the menu. And again, this is just my personal taste. So I'm not a food critic or anything else. This is just me, Cabot, sharing what I like. And so the opportunity for me to maybe find one thing that I really do like on the menu that I think, man, if I came back here, I really would order that. I've promoted something and I've said, hey, if you go here, you have to get this particular thing. But I think, especially people that are traveling, our time is so valuable, and to go somewhere and not experience the very best, it's kind of, it's disappointing. So really what I'm trying to share is, in my opinion, and that's all it is, in my opinion, what's the best. And when you come to Park City, or if you live in Park City, what are the things that you should try and be doing to experience the most?
Right. And so I think that's pretty incredible, I guess, transition that we're having, right? Instead of maybe going to Yelp or going to, Google reviews, or, people are relying more and more on social media and kind of these figures that, you connect with on social media as their trusted source. And so, I'd imagine you'd have to keep that a priority, keep it authentic. Because otherwise you wouldn't have what you have. As far as
so just for like full disclosure, the way that this works, using a restaurant for example, I would never do a review on a restaurant unless I've already been there and experienced it kind of just on my own and had a great experience. And so I kind of go through that process in terms of vetting new places, or places that, it's been a year since I've been there. We have turnover here. I want to make sure that it's still great. And then what I will do is, if the restaurant reaches out to me more often than not, and says, hey, we saw you in here the other day, would you be interested in, or would you please do a post for us? Then I'll go in and what I do is I say, okay, you guys bring out the very best, whatever the chef thinks is the very best food. I'm not going to be picky here, but what the chef thinks is the very best. I'll try it all. I'll photograph it all. And then those things that I really liked the most, those are the things that I'll highlight. And sometimes I take my wife, sometimes I take my wife and kids with me. My kids aren't so excited about going anymore because they're always like, Dad, why do whenever we come with you and we do this, then we end up eating cold food because you're taking so many pictures of it that it's not like, oh, free meal, It really is like.
You think the kids would understand. It's for
they
the
would
gram,
understand. Yeah, but they're sitting there totally not interested. In fact, they're not allowed to have any social media, so they're not on it. But
smart.
That's the process that I use.
Okay, well, that doesn't sound too terrible. Going out to restaurants.
Not too terrible. Yeah, great experience. You have to. It's better to order cold dishes than hot dishes because it's always cold by the time you get to taste it.
Yeah, because you're always taking the pictures and featuring the restaurants. And so you started this very authentically, and sounds like you stayed true to that. But what's your connection to Park City? Like, how long have you been here? It sounds like you've been here for a while. And what do you love most about our town?
I've been in Park City now for 5 years full-time with my family. But Park City is a place that I've come since I was teeny little. And my family's had long connection with. My parents have lived here full-time for more than 30 years. And so this is the place that growing up, as soon as I left the home, this is where I always came home to for holidays or vacation or whatever else. So this is as home as anywhere on earth to me. So I've spent a lot of my free time here, and it's great to be here after 5 years. Or now I've been here 5 years, and it's been really wonderful. The thing that I love about Park City is that it's so accessible. So you can fly in and be in Park City in kind of no time. If you're a skier or a snowboarder, then that's way easier than flying into Colorado, for example. Right. It's just easy access. Two, I think that the people that gravitate to Park City and live here are generally very active people. They want an active lifestyle, and that makes it really fun to be around a lot of people that have kind of that common and shared interest. There are a few things that go on every year that a lot of the not-for-profits come together and earn money, and there's a lot of community support to support those not-for-profits in the community. One's coming up in Live PC, Give PC, which comes up in November. And you can kind of go on and look at every not-for-profit in town and decide who you want to contribute to. And there's a huge amount of giving here in the community, which I really love as well. So I think the place just attracts people that love to be outside, that love to be active. I think they're generally very generous people that live here, and I think that makes for a great community. There's a lot of desire to support small business here, which I love, and that's one of the things that's really important to me. This started out just as literally an experiment, and it still kind of is. But that said, it is a really cool opportunity to be able to let people know the small businesses that they should be supporting when they come to Park City, in my opinion.
Right. Just, kind of living the dream, if you will, in the community that you love, and just posting, again, authentically about your experience here and kind of how you're living, in this close-knit, giving, loving, welcoming community in Park City. And that's actually one of the reasons I came here. It's been going on 6 years now, was because, originally I'm from Texas. Smaller town in Texas, right? Had a community. We kind of had similar interests, but maybe we weren't all involved. It seems like here in Park City, the community is so involved. There's so many similar interests that you almost feel like you're part of the community as soon as you get here. It doesn't matter how new you are.
It's true. It's kind of this amazing combination of small town with big city access. We have so many really cool things going on here that you would typically only get in really big cities in terms of cultural events and sporting events and things like that, which is awesome. But at the same time, I love that we all go to the same 3 grocery stores. I love that all of our kids here go to one of 4 elementary schools that feed into one middle school, that feeds into one junior high, that feeds into one high school. So you start getting to know people. You go to the grocery store and the people that are there checking you out by name. And it is that small community, but the world comes to us, which makes it a really exciting place as well.
Yeah, there's always something going on. Like you said, the world comes to us, kind of converge on our community. The other thing that I love about it is like people, they want to enjoy themselves, have their leisure time. They come here like what we live every day. People are coming here to kind of escape their lives, or maybe just relax, and it feels like we're kind of part of that, their dream too in a lot of ways.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to focus on work because you want to live like everyone else is visiting, right?
That too. Yeah, right. You run into somebody, maybe that you want to go skiing together, but you have an appointment or work interferes with that. But
exactly.
but I enjoy just kind of jumping first thing in the morning, first lift out. And then, just in the office by 10:30, and
it's not a bad life.
Just a normal day, right?
Yeah.
So you talked briefly about live PC, give PC. Could you, I guess, give us a little bit more details on what that's about and kind of what people can look
Sure.
for
Yeah. The organization here really works to help bring together all of the not-for-profits in town. And there's just a limited number of days in November that people come together as a community and pick their favorite not-for-profits and charities to contribute to. And that ranges everything from kids' sports teams, just soccer, to programs at the school that help some of the disadvantaged people in our community with scholarships and things like that. There are some great mental health organizations here. We have an awesome organization here that supports disadvantaged athletes. So the range of the types of programs that we have are really cool. Bill White does a really cool, or they are a big part of them is not-for-profit as well in terms of sustainable farming. There's a really wide range, and the beauty of this is you can kind of go on, pick which charities you want to contribute to, and then there's a huge amount of generous giving during that 2 or 3 days that really supports a lot of these local charities for the entire next year.
Well, and I really, because that's where a lot of their donations for the year come during that huge drive. Right. And so I hope people who listen to this episode will kind of keep an eye out for that.
For sure.
Because if they're maybe not in town for that, it'd be easy to forget about. But if you're in town, it's kind of fun. You have people on the corner.
People everywhere. Yeah, you'll see it everywhere during those few days.
Yeah. So when I first moved here, I was just like, "What in the world is live PC, give PC?" So now we kind of know.
Every year, I try to go get a pile of signs and take those around to make sure that they're stuck up in places that maybe people wouldn't necessarily see them normally, and it's a great way for everyone to get involved in the community.
Awesome. Well, and I imagine we'll be seeing you post about it when it comes closer.
I will be indeed.
On Instagram.
Yes.
So now just kind of finding out a little bit more about your Instagram. I'm curious. You talked at the very beginning, you said, you're getting like DMs all the time. People are messaging you.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure you respond to all of them, right?
I do my best.
You do your best. Okay.
Yeah. I do have a very busy full-time job, and
which is it?
So it's
your Instagram page?
No. I haven't made a cent from this thing. So
okay, yeah.
I think that the real again, it's something like this. You and I have never met, but in a lot of ways, I feel like I've followed you and seen progress that you've made in your own life, and I've been able to really make some great friends. Some of whom I've met, some I haven't met. I have to be really judicious with the way that I spend my time. So when I do respond, it's in between little things. I don't want it to impact my family too much, obviously. I certainly can't let it impact my work. But I do my best to respond to everyone as well as I can.
Awesome. And so if you can go into a little bit more context on like what kind of messages people are, like what are people curious about when they're asking about Park City? Like, are they wanting to know about the businesses, the areas, and like how's how's your authenticity shine through in that sense, if I can ask?
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot of people that say, hey, if I'm going to be there only for 2 days, what are kind of the must-do things? Or you've posted about a lot of restaurants. if I can only pick two, which are the two that I should go to? So a lot of those things in terms of trip planning, people ask about. I get a lot of inquiries that I'm not very helpful with that ask about, am I aware of like rental properties? Hey, I'm moving there, I'm not gonna be able to buy, but where's the best places to rent, or can you direct me in that regard? Get a lot of requests that way. I get a lot of very specific requests. Hey, I love this hotel because every one of these units has a hot tub at it, but I want to be closer in town. Is there anywhere in town that every hotel has a hot tub in it? And you know, I'm probably able to give answers just off of the top of my head to about 75% of the questions that I get. But it's been interesting to me because there's a lot of research that I also have to do when I'm like, well, that's a great question. I don't know the answer to that. I'm not sure which other hotels have hot tubs in every single room. And so it gives me the opportunity to kind of dive in and figure out some of those details that I wouldn't otherwise know about.
Got it. Yeah. So, and is there a specific area where a lot of the questions come from? Like people visiting from, I know we're seeing a lot of Californians in real estate, but just is it just kind of all over the country?
It's all over the world.
Oh, really?
Surprisingly, yeah.
Okay.
In fact, I'll get direct messages in other languages that you then have to take in, put into Google Translate to figure out what they're even saying. So, no, people that are coming here from all over the world, and I couldn't say that there's one specific area. One thing that is cool is one thing that I try to do on the stories is to post a lot of like current information. You know, we had the fire that was going on here late summer, and it was scary because we didn't know how quickly or how far that would move kind of up the canyon from Parley's and come up over. And I was kind of right in the thick of it. We had friends that had a house over there. They were out of town, and we were literally filling up our car with their most valuable things and getting it out of there as we're seeing that, you know, the whole sky is kind of black with smoke. And posting saying, hey, this area's been closed off. So I think I try my best to support locals as well, so that they get news on new restaurants that are opening. Hey, this week or today or whatever the case may be, is this restaurant's opening, go give it a try. Or, hey, this is the news that's happening in terms of the fire, to use as an example. And then I get a lot of great feedback from other locals that are here that have said, hey, I haven't seen you post about this. Do you know about this? Or have you tried this? Because I think it's something that people would really like to know about. And that's a great source of content as well, because I get a lot of those recommendations from other locals here that know about great things that they want to share.
Yeah, and to me, it's incredible that you're not taking a cent for all of this. That it's just
so far. I mean, we're going to reach a point that probably won't make sense any longer.
Putting so much time into it. Yeah, well, and I mean that's really cool. I remember following your stories when that fire was happening. Really incredible just to see the community come together, and all those people who were displaced. There was tons of people just offering, hey, we've got an extra room here.
It's true.
Even some of our local businesses were like, hey, here's some food. Like,
that's exactly right. A lot of that was going on. It was pretty impressive. And any time that I saw any of those things, I posted them up because I think people should know about. They should support the businesses in town that support the people. There are a lot of. You have experiences like this, and when you have a voice, you're tempted to also speak negatively about when you have a negative experience, right? Mm-hmm. That was awful. I can't believe it, or they were so rude, or whatever happens. So there's this temptation to put that out there. And one of the things that has been really important to me is only ever focus on the positive. I've done a couple of posts where people have gotten in and started making some negative comments, and my rule again is not to delete any comments that come in. I want everyone to be able to feel like this is a place where they can share or whatever. But if things start getting negative, then I message those people and I say, hey, look, sorry, this is not kind of going the direction that I'd like. I want to keep everything positive. So just so you know, I'm deleting your message. And that's happened very rarely, but keeping things really positive. The other thing is I get a lot of inquiries from Salt Lake or other like brands, that those brands may align with kind of a Park City lifestyle, but unless it is specific to Park City, I've respectfully declined those opportunities. It's just really important that this remains very much about Park City.
Yeah, well, and before we turned on the camera and the audio, we were talking about that and how you focus on those small businesses and you focus on all things that is Park City, and so it's important to keep that integrity, if you will. But what do you think it is like? Why do you feel so passionate about that, about those small businesses, or what is it about the small businesses that maybe are just so appealing to you?
I think the businesses that are in a place make the place in a lot of ways. Yeah, it's the people that we live here, but the small businesses here are the people, right? I don't want to go up to Main Street and walk up and down Main Street and have it feel like I'm on Fifth Avenue or the Champs-Élysées or in the Ginza, where you go and it's exactly the same store that's in all of these other places. What makes Park City unique is those small businesses that you can't find anywhere else. It's those small restaurants that are individual proprietors that you can't find anywhere else. And we've had some chains that are moving in more and more to Main Street, which is largely, I'll just say, disappointing to me, because I think that it's those small businesses that make a place really special.
Right, and it's the small business. It kind of gives the community a character in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I'd say, like, when you're in with those small businesses, or you've been there, you frequented them, you start knowing the people that work there. It does kind of just all contribute to that small community that we love so much, that we feel special to be a part of.
That's right.
So.
Yeah, the reward of this whole Park City Guy account to me has been the people that I've met, the business owners. It changes. I think that people, when they travel, shouldn't go and just eat and experience. I mean, it's way more fun to talk with the waiter or the waitress. It's way more fun to talk with the chef. It's way more fun to talk with the people that are there and find out about them. That's what interests me whenever I travel, and I think that where I have the opportunity, being able to talk about the people that own the businesses as much as the businesses themselves is what makes something really cool. I think that when I'm able to talk about a small business and I'm able to talk about the manager, I'm able to talk about the owner of the small businesses in town, and I tell their story a little bit, because I really try to tell those stories, people get really excited about that, because then they go in and they're like, hey, I feel like I know you a little bit. Yeah. And they can say, hey, I understand that this is how you started your business. And creating those conversations is what builds a community internally, but it's also what creates a travel experience really, that's what makes it unique, right?
Yeah.
Is the people that you interact with,
yeah.
not the dinner that you have.
Yeah, well, and creating those stories. And I really like how you said that. Now we kind of have the story of the Park City Guy, like I'd never heard it before. Well, it's kind of, we are kind of running low on time here. And so I guess just kind of to wrap up the episode, what do you think, and I know this is probably an extremely unfair question, because being that you are, you have such a high profile in in the
come on.
community
It's
with
just-
with
you're
the Instagram
over-exaggerating
page.
a little bit,
But what would be the go-to like restaurant that you'd recommend, the go-to hotel, and go-to like place to stay? We'll go in that order.
Man, that is a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
There's so many good places. When people ask me about, hey, if I were to go one place or the other, I don't want to avoid the question, but that's so hard to say because it depends. The place that I want to take my family is totally different than a place that I want to go for a romantic, dinner out. The place that I want to go for desserts is, and I gave you one example of
You
desserts,
did,
is totally different than where you'd want to go with a group or a business meeting. So I think that's really a difficult decision. We've got, in terms of places to stay, there are some incredible properties here. Stein Eriksen Lodge is world famous in terms of what it offers, but it's very different than the Montage, which is a really cool place here in town. If you want an absolutely incredible experience, we have two extremes. One's on Main Street, or just behind Main Street on Park Avenue, actually, that is the Washington Schoolhouse. And it's a small 13-room property, but talk about 5-star, it's incredible. And then just down the road, we have Blue Sky, which is, it's astounding. So we have these really incredible places, and it really depends on one, what your budget is, and two, what type of experience you want to have. The thing that I would say that goes for anyone, that anyone can enjoy in Park City, is coming and just enjoying the outdoors. Whether that's in winter, we have a saying that people come for the winter and stay for the summer. But this right now is my favorite time to be out hiking and mountain biking, for example. And that's something that really anyone can enjoy. And so if anyone says, hey, what should I do in Park City? If there's one thing that you've got to do, just get outside.
Wow, I've never heard it put so perfectly. Just get outside, because that's what really brings us here, right? Is that getting outside. I was out on the trails the other day, and just with the fall colors and how that went, it was just absolutely magical.
That's spectacular.
Yeah, it really is. And well, I guess if they want to know anything else, right? Since there is such a broad range of activities, just go follow your Instagram page.
Follow the Instagram. If you have some questions, ask me, shoot me a message. I'll do my best to respond, and hope people have get something out of it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's Park City Guy.
Park City Guy
On Instagram. All right. Hey, well, thanks again.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Esteban.
You bet.